Hey everybody, welcome to Frannie's Hair. Today I'm going to be showing you 4 wigs from the Belle Tress City collection that I consider to be sister wigs. So stay tuned. Okay, so first let's talk about what is a sister wig. To me, a sister wig is a wig that looks similar enough to your other wigs that people will just think it's your hair, but maybe styled a little bit differently. Maybe you have a bang that you've cut into it, or maybe it's a little bit more wavy, you curled it a little bit more, or a little straighter. But overall, it looks like it's still the same hair, just maybe with a little bit of a tweak to it. So what I've done is chosen 4 wigs from the Belle Tress City collection, and the beauty of that is you can have all the wigs in the same color as well, and I'm actually showing them to you all in macadamia latte rooted. The cap construction for all of these wigs is the same. They all have a monofilament part and extended lace front. They're all heat friendly. The reason that I've chosen to show them to you all in the same color is that we can focus on the style this way. And it just makes it easier for you to see the differences in the styles. Now I'm going to be telling you the measurements for each of the wigs. So I'm going to start out just by giving you my measurements. My circumference is 21 inches. Ear to ear, I'm 12 inches. Forehead to nape, I'm 13 inches. Forehead to chin, my face is 8 inches. My forehead is 3 inches. My neck is 3 inches, and the width of my face, ear to ear, is 10 inches. If you don't know how to measure your head correctly, no worries. I'm going to put a link at the end of this video and also in the description to a new video I just shot showing you how to take all 7 of these measurements for yourself. The beauty of having these same measurements for yourself is that you can look at the wigs on me and say, oh, okay, my face is a little bit longer than hers, so the hair is gonna fall higher up on my face. Or, you can take my measurements into account and try to figure out how these wigs are gonna look on you. All right, so we're gonna start off with Alicante. This is by Belle Tress. They all are, and they're all heat friendly, by the way. I'm gonna spin and show you the style. And she's such an easy style, throw on a go, right out of the box. And as a matter of fact, you may have heard me tell this story before, but I worked a scrapbooking weekend with my sister. She was selling jewelry, and so many women wanted to try this wig on, and it looked good on so many different faces. And I think it's because of the length, a little bit of wave. It really looked great on so many face shapes. So that's the beauty, I think, of all of these wigs that I'm going to show you today. I think they're very versatile. So let's just talk about Alicante's measurements to give you an idea. And I'm going to talk about how I wear them differently too. This one I consider a little bit more styled than, say, my Madison, which looks a little more casual. And you'll be seeing that in this. So Alicante's measurements, her sides are 7.5 to 10.5 inches, and that's because she has layers. The nape is 3.5 inches. The overall length, again because there's layers, 7 to 10.5 inches. The side bang, 7 inches. Let's see if I can find that side bang. Yeah, it's probably around here somewhere. And she weighs just 3.6 ounces. She's nice and light. She's low density. She's really easy to wear. Like I said, throw on and go. And the length is beautiful because it is a heat-friendly wig. And sometimes heat-friendly wigs, when they rub against your clothing, especially if they're polyester, I found this out, it starts to damage the ends or fray the ends, and then you have to apply heat to it. But since this doesn't hit my clothing, it really stays in great condition, and I have worn this wig a lot. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is Madison. I consider Madison to be my more casual girl, and a little bit shorter than Alicante, so maybe I had my hair just trimmed. She's not quite as curled or as coiffed. She's like a light wave. I got up this morning, took a shower, and I'm running out the door and running errands. Again, the length is great. It's not touching my clothing, so less maintenance. I'm going to spin, show you the style, and then we'll talk measurements. Love this style. All right, her sides are 6 inches. So for Alicante, her sides were 7.5 to 10.5 inches. So like I said, maybe I just got my hair trimmed. The nape, 2 inches versus the 3.5 on Alicante. The bang, this is more of a pronounced bang than Alicante had, because Alicante had the 7 inches. This is 4 to 5 inches, so you can have more of a bang, and you could even, if you wanted to, I would have to, depending on the size of your forehead, but I'd have to snip it a little if I wanted to wear a full-on bang. But you can do just a little side bang with this, really cute like that. Her overall length is 9 inches, where Alicante, the overall length was 7 to 10.5 inches, depending on the layer. So about 1.5 inches longer, which is the difference in the nape as well. And she weighs 3.4 ounces, so very light, very, to me, more casual look than Alicante. All right, let's move on to the next. Okay, meet Tribeca. This one is the only one of the 4, I believe, that has a center part and a full-on bang. So maybe I had bangs cut in, maybe my hair's growing out a little bit, maybe I straightened it a little bit more, but it's still within the realm of that same kind of style. All right, I'm going to spin for you. Okay, let's take a look at Tribeca's measurements. Her sides are 6 to 11 inches, so already you can see she's a tad longer than the others. Her nape is 4 inches, where Alicante was 3.5. So like I said, maybe I grew my hair out a little bit. Her bang, 3.5 to 4 inches, so more of a full-on bang there. And again, part of it I could snip if I really wanted it, you know, straight across, or you could wear it a little bit more wispy. Her overall length, 12 inches. So far the longest has been 11 inches, so this is another inch. And she weighs 3.7 ounces. Again, another great style, very easy. Tad longer than the others if you like something a little bit longer, or something to look like you're growing your hair out. And then when you decide to get it cut, you could head back to Madison and then work your way up. All right, let's move on to the last wig. Okay, next we have Manchester, and I consider Manchester to be maybe a straightened version of Madison. So about the same length as Madison, but today I straightened my hair. All right, I'll show you the style. All right, let's talk measurements. I love this too. It's a more sleek look, and some days I feel like I don't want any wave. I just want something really sleek and straight, and I think this one is still in that sister wig realm, but it gives me another look. Okay, the sides on this are 7 to 9 inches. On Madison, the sides are 6 inches. So you have the layer here, 7 to 9 inches, but the overall length is 9 inches, and I believe on Madison it's 9 inches as well. Yeah, so they both have the same overall length. Okay. The nape on this is 1 to 2 inches, so a little bit shorter because Madison's nape is 2 inches. So 1 to 2 inches, very similar. Her bangs 4 to 5 inches, which is the same for Madison. So again, it's like Madison is my hairstyle, but I just straightened her for the day. And also, if I wanted a straight-on bang, I would need to trim these as well because my forehead is 3 inches, and these are 4 to 5 inches. And she weighs 3.5 ounces, where Madison weighs 3.4 ounces. So very similar. Low density, left side part, just like Madison and Alicante. The Tribeca had a center part and a more full-on bang. This bang is wispy and very reminiscent of the Madison bang, just that I straightened my hair instead of wearing it with the natural slight wave that I have. Okay, so there you have it. 4 sister wigs from the Belle Tress City collection. I was thinking about which is my favorite from the 4. And it's so tough, but I'm gonna say it's a tie between Madison and Manchester because I like the wavy style and I also like the straight, and I really like the length of these. And to me, these are the closest of the 4 as far as measurements go. But all 4 of them I think could be used as sister wigs. I'd love to hear what you think. Do you have some sister wig combinations that you think are really great? Put them in the comments below. And I'm going to link right here the video on how to measure your head, so you can go check that out. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. Remember to make it your own, and I'll see you soon.